Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, Prospera Key. This is your host, Nicole Gonzalez. I am the host every single week, bringing on a new topic, a new perspective, and a new guest to our weekly lives. As you can see, I am joined here by Mr. Marvin Delvalle. If you do not know who Marvin Delvalle is, he is actually, personally, he's actually one of my mentors. I'd love to say, but no, Marvin is project Prospera Key as a co-founder and partner to the rest of us, Daniela, myself, Malia, and Dee Del Valle. We're super excited to have Marvin part of the call. He is leading our life insurance division here. For most of you who do not know, Prospera actually started at one point just taxes, and we brought in another division where most people didn't think we were going to go that route, but to your surprise, I think it's no surprise, especially partnering with the Del Valles, but here we are with this beautiful life insurance division. I want to allow Marvin to just welcome everyone to the chat. We are going to talk about a specific topic, really important for all of those that are wanting to become part of the industry. And Marvin, take it away.
First of all, thank you so much for having me. It's always great to be here with you. As you know, I tell everybody that you, Daniela, Malia, we have a group of such young ladies that are an incredible powerhouse and just a great example for anybody that is always asking, I don't know what to do with my life. I don't know which route to go. What career, what industry can I choose? Is this something that would be sustainable? Can I learn it? Sometimes it appears to be a little too complex. And you guys make it look easy, and thank God, like I said, thank God for the great examples that we have first in the industry, and obviously we are lucky to have you guys be part of the company because it's just an incredible blessing. I see so many people when they think in terms of making the choice at some point the conversation about what industry is profitable have to come to the table. What industry is sustainable comes to the table. What industry has the capability to deal with the ups and downs of the markets, right? Is that at some point, husband and wife or just somebody who's trying to find their place in life really go through the process of saying, which route, what should I do? Where do I go? And the great news is that we know by now, statistically speaking, that financial services in general has produced more multimillionaires, and sometimes that's a little misleading, right? Because it sounds like we are the industry is trying to sell people, get the Lamborghini and get the if you like flashy stuff, you know what I mean. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think about the people that learn enough to provide for their families, to build a future, to I want you to think for a second about what it means to have a beautiful home, right? And have to get there. And if this is one of those tools, and I said one of the platforms that would allow you to do that and have a good life and have the ability to travel, all of those things are incredible benefit. I'm deeply grateful that we are part of this industry. We've seen a lot of great developments. And I think that we want to stay in this conversation. We want to participate in the conversation because, first and foremost, I want to encourage people to become part of the industry, Nicole. I think that, at some point you choose the business model that will make more sense for you and for your family. At some point, and the funny thing is that the industry actually requires that you put a little bit of time into the industry so you can see the different things that are taking place, different ways of doing business, different ways of making money, different ways of providing solution. Eventually, right, if you're paying attention, if you want to be honest about your own process, if you want to be a client, or actually, I should say, if your foundation to everything that you do is to provide the best possible service, and as a result of that, make a significant amount of money, then you will find the best place to be. But it takes a little bit of time. I always tell everybody, be patient with yourself, right? So I think that's super important. But I'm extremely happy to be here. I definitely want to see if we can address a few things that people are talking about right now. This is an interesting time of the year, right? It's like we're already past halfway of the year, right? We going now into that second half, the third quarter, and this is when people start asking meaningful questions, right? So, man, am I going the right direction? Am I in the right place? Am I? So hopefully we can bring some light into that topic.
No, yeah. And I mean, there's an opportunity for a turning point in your year. We're 6 months in, or actually eight, right? Because we're in August, but
Yes.
things can change just like that. And I definitely want to get into the topic that we have today: is life insurance your next move, and why you should consider life insurance as your next move. If you are a viewer watching, you have no idea what life insurance is, you have no idea what the industry is or what it can do for other families that you serve or yourself. And if you've ever thought about creating another income stream, owning a business, and finding a career where you can truly help families, this live is for you. And you have actually one of the best to give you perspective on it. So today we're going to cover a couple things: what it takes to own your own life insurance agency if you are already part of the industry, or you're taking baby steps in the industry, and main things you should pay attention to when you are considering deciding to do those things. How financial services can create multiple income streams. We're talking about life insurance, but here at Prospera, there's something very special for you. And the training and support that we have available for anyone that wants to get started without any experience or prior experience. So many people think life insurance is just another sales job, and I encourage you to think outside of the box and think, what if this is actually an opportunity to build a business, help families, and create long-term income? And many of our agents, new agents, have been joining us exactly with that idea and perspective. So one of the biggest misconception, joining another industry, right, is that you're going to be working for someone else, right? Oh, right, I'm going to be joining a new industry and I'm going to be under someone else and I'm building something, but is it really mine? Is it really my clients? Those are some things that we're going to kind of debunk here in Prospera. Marvin, what does it really mean to join this life insurance industry and own it, own your own agency?
I appreciate the question. Let me ask you. Absolutely. Let me start by reminding everybody that there's a famous phrase, there's a statement that everybody likes to make, which is, if you can be at the right time, at the right place, with the right people, with something special is about to happen. And a lot of people will hear that and almost make an argument as to why where they happen to be at this very moment would be the right place, the right time, with the right people, when hopefully something special is going to happen. But you have to break it down. You really have to break it down to be able to understand if that's really happening. And so the first thing is, like I said, I encourage everybody to look into the industry. This is one of those few industries, Nicole, that would allow you to say, it's not just that I can do great things for other people. It's just that the whole idea that you can rescue yourself before you're thinking about rescuing the planet, right? This is a platform that allows you to do that, right? And forget about who's going to retire with millions of dollars, but let's think about the basics, right? If I die, what happens to my family? That's a question that everybody should be asking themselves at this very moment. If something happens to me, what happens to my family, right? The second thing is, and this is extremely important for me because my father passed away from leukemia. My mother passed away from something related to breast cancer. So I always, you have to think about the possibility of that kind of event taking place in your life, right? A sickness that will put you in a situation where you have to say, man, I don't, so what happens if I get sick at that level? Do I have to take everything that I work for can literally be on the line on a single event like that just to try to keep myself alive, right? So if I can provide tools and solutions, and then of course is the question of retirement. So if we can help somebody address those three basic structure, then now that they understand, hey, I know the industry, I know the products, I know the solutions, I can do better than that. I don't have an issue when I see that transition. I have an issue when somebody doesn't know anything about nothing. They just got licensed, they have zero training or manager. What does that mean, right? Well, guys, in a very simple way, what that means is that you're gonna have other agents working under your supervision and under your guidance and under your support. And for doing that, right, you're actually going to be able to earn what in the industry is called override income. It's a little bit of a gap that normally between the percentage point of the person who's an associate and the guy who's a broker, that gap is what we call override income in the industry. And you're supposed to earn that override. It's not, a privilege. You're supposed to do the work, meaning you're supposed to support the people. They got to know your presence. They got to know that you are there. You got to provide the physical, not just the easy paper support or technical support, but the physical support for somebody to remain in the industry. But the role of a broker is to be somebody who's providing guidance. And I think that those guys are extremely important for the industry because those are the guys that already graduated a little bit. They also know that not only do they understand the product and the solution, but they actually want to help somebody else to go in. And that's just a very noble thing to do because making money as an active broker in the industry, for me, is extremely rewarding. For somebody that wants to be part of the industry, because if I'm an agent, I'll make money through my sales, right? I'm selling, right, and that's going to trigger a commission. And the second way that I'm going to make money is potentially residual income. When there is residual income, usually permanent products and stuff like that. But the broker is saying, I'm going to develop other people. I'm actually going to help grow the company, which is the reason. That's why our managers, right, the people that are playing the role of a broker, having such a great experience, and we are always rewarding them also for the process. We actually do something that the companies don't do. We actually recruit for them, right? When we have a great broker and somebody's coming in, it's like, hey, listen, we got another 10 people that we're going to place under you because they're going to be on the good curve. Now, those are the two entry levels. Is it safe to say, Nicole, that those two entry levels to the industry is what most people know, right? The one most people understand, right? Yeah. Now, if you happen to be part of, or if anybody comes from the recruiting company's background, right? Now you understand the next term that I want to introduce, which is building a hierarchy, right? So now, and what is the essential difference, right? The broker had a bunch of agents. The guy who's building a hierarchy has a bunch of to everybody. I hope everybody makes $1 million. We have some friends that's still in the industry. They do make over $500,000. And by the way, people can make $1 million without building an organization. You can just concentrate on production, specialize on some solutions, right? When you start talking about, split dollar products, and when you start talking about advanced markets that will involve infinite banking, you can make yourself $1 million out of your own plan, right? The person who wants to go through a route of a hierarchy, they want to concentrate more on leadership development. I want to develop other people. It's some people that truly believe that time is going to go by, and the best thing that I can do for myself is to remove myself from the idea of being the king and to become a kingmaker, right? Now, a lot of people love to say, I'm a kingmaker, I want to be a kingmaker. You
Doesn't
still
look.
want to be a king. It
It
looks
doesn't
like you
look
still
like.
want to be a king. It's still like you don't want to give the limelight. You know that essentially, I mean, this is a rare occasion for me to show up here because I like to make sure that you, Daniela, Malia, my wife, or everybody else I like to build you up. I think that 90% of my efforts is concentrated on making sure that I'm validating everybody who is playing a leadership role. That's what I'm saying. For me, is instead of talking about look what I've done in my life, I'm telling everybody, look what these young ladies are doing, which is just a phenomenal thing. I want to build you up. I want to be promoting you for the rest of my life and making you guys bigger. That is the role of the kingmaker, right? It's like you're really removing yourself. So at a hierarchy level, you can make well over $1 million if you're building a large organization, right? And you have the benefit of the umbrella of the company. That, by the way, that is a lot. The number one reason why most people, very capable people, Nicole, guys that right now are making, I don't know, maybe about $1 billion, million and a half, you know what I mean, 1.3 million, that those guys are at like $30 million guys. And the fear, first of all, it's not easy to listen. It's not easy to walk away from $10,000. Never mind to walk away from $1 million worth of income,
Yep.
right? To even if you already know in your heart that you are that $30 million guy, it's a very scary thing to do, right? And so that I like to tell everybody, challenge yourself. At least give yourself the opportunity to ask the questions. If you're very confident where you are, you shouldn't be afraid to have conversations with other people. As a matter of fact, that's the role of the recruiter. I'm going to go into your territory and I'm going to make an argument as to why my stuff is better, right? And why you should be here, and so on and so. So let me stay here for a second because here's the one thing that I wanted to tell you. Um, on a hierarchy level, if somebody came into the industry solving for income, and you find yourself making a good amount of money, you can claim success. You can say, hey, I came here hoping that I was going to make $100,000, and now making $500,000, I'm making 700, I'm making $1 million. I'm the first person in my family that ever. That's a big accomplishment. It's not a small thing. You know what I mean? So if the person came solving for income, they're going to try to use that for the rest of their life, and they're going to try to use that as the foundation and the basis to maybe do something else. Like I know some people that are using it to say, it's not that I want to stay here forever, right? I'm not 100% in agreement with things that happen inside of the model, but I'm going to use it to do some other things, right? And I understand how now the person is seeing it as a bridge to something else. By the way, this three things that I just described to you, right? Being an agent, being a broker, being a hierarchy, for the most part, especially the large recruiting entities out there, is the highest of their value proposition. That is the best thing they can actually offer you. And I'm not saying that it's bad, right? I'm saying that is the highest. That is the limit. So let me make a point that is super important. If at the end of the value proposition of that value proposition doesn't end with, and we're going to help you set up your own agency, then you might be in the wrong place. Or you maybe didn't give yourself the chance and the opportunity to have the right conversation with people that can actually make you that offer. And I think that someone that put many years learning the industry, learning to connect with people, to communicate with people, learning how do I also help other people become part of the industry. Like I know some people that have dedicated, many years, day in, day out, a lot of rejection, a lot of chargebacks, right? A lot of difficult moments for a lot of people.
Yes.
Right? Right? I don't want to give you bad memories, right? But
I've seen them too.
what I'm saying is that when somebody has gone through at some point, you know, you have to be careful about the banner that you're fighting for, because if the banner that you're fighting for is the name of a company and not the name of your family, then you might find yourself on a very unhealthy loop, right? And so I wanted to make that point. I can expand a little more on that, but I wanted to open up with that very important distinction, right? Because there is a limit to what most companies are offering, and that's based on something that you mentioned early on. It's super important, right? There is a difference on somebody who's doing business as an independent associate, um, with the support, with the protection that you will get from some of the other companies. I think that you highlighted very appropriately the fact that we made it our business to say there's three things that we want to answer. The first of all, who's going to help you? We have a phenomenal structure group of people that is going to help it. If you brand new and you don't even know how to spell insurance, you're lucky if you actually come to us,
You're
because
very lucky. You don't have to go through the pains and the mistakes that many agents go
100.
years
Correct.
trying to recover from.
The second thing is systems, right? Everybody's always, oh, I got this system, and we got this, level, and we got this whole situation, and annuity genius this, and I know, some people, and we are the fintech company of that, and I'm like, yeah, just about everybody is a fintech company today, because in order to participate in today's market, you have to merge technology into everything that you do. So you have to have a great CRM system. You have to have a great leaders board system. You have to have the ability to highlight what's actually taking place with every activity, and you want to automate as much as possible. Every so systems today, for most people that want to be, when you're thinking of longevity, right? So we have the capability to provide that. But one of the things that I'm more excited that we do better, and I can make the statement with a high level of confidence that we do better than anybody else, is the marketing, the support, and I want to just take a minute to make sure that everybody knows that everything that we do marketing related has something to do with you. That every effort, every support that we do with everybody, most people come to us saying, listen, I see a lot of people doing pretty stuff and so many beautiful images, and I'm not that good doing those things. How do I do that? And to tell somebody, listen, you don't have to worry about it. It's going to be a copy and paste. As a matter of fact, send us your best possible picture. Today, I think we're pretty close to about 4,000 different pieces
Yes.
available. That's just crazy. Just think about, it's only 365 days for the year. You can be now posting 3-4 times during the course of the day, because we have that much material available for somebody, and that is all thanks to you and to the phenomenal team that you are leading right now from our marketing department. And so I'm deeply grateful that people are going to find the ability to, when you look back and you said, what can you do different? Well, how do we help somebody to do it faster, bigger, better, right? And I think that that's the number one thing that we want to accomplish right now.
Yes, I think honestly there also is another part of this conversation that most people, if they're watching this live for the first time, they're thinking that we're just a life insurance company, a life insurance agency, and that's all we do here. Actually, if this is your first live, I'm here to tell you that no, we're not just life insurance. We do several other services, and we have phenomenal teams leading all of those services. I think what people confuse too is that, oh, well, they say they do this and they do that, and it's little Miss Susie in the back of the company that has, some level of experience and takes care of it, and that's it. No, no, no. We're talking about white glove service from the beginning to the end for all of the services here, backed up with heads of divisions. We're talking about administration teams for each one of those divisions. We're talking about CRMs. We're talking about systems, automations, client side and agent side. It's absolutely amazing, the framework that we have here at Prospera. And what services are we talking about? We're talking about life insurance, health insurance. We added health insurance along, and we're now doing Medicare. So that's amazing news to the division. We've added Medicare, private plans, ACA marketplace, dental, vision. That is being backed up with one of our amazing teams. Carmen Sorrilla is head of division there. We have our bookkeeping department. Our whole team is led by heads of divisions, and we have Fati Ayala and Delia Rodriguez part of that. A phenomenal team. We do debt solutions, credit repair. We're talking about all forms of services when it comes to financial things. And I think that one of the biggest benefits being part of Prospera is that you do not have to give up your client. You do not have to give up your client in the marketplace and not know what's going to happen with that client. You have full communication back in front when it comes to a new client case, and your retention is higher. I forgot to mention our tax division is a huge, that's like crazy. I left that for last.
Yeah.
But our tax division is a huge and amazing division being led by Daniela Science and the amazing team, tax managers and department there. But you're not just tapping into life insurance here.
Yeah.
Any point where somebody asks you, can you help me with this? Can you help me with that? Can you help me with this? It's not outside in the marketplace. It's within our ecosystem, and you get to benefit from it. So I think that's a huge benefit that not only other companies are not offering, but a benefit that people that come across Prospera for the first time, you said it yourself, Marvin, they're lucky. They're very lucky.
I wanted to at least the last two points that I would like to make in this conversation today. You say something extremely important. When somebody is transitioning from that job idea and mentality, right? Remember, the person that's coming in, they really first and foremost, they solving for income. Very rarely we have somebody that say, hey, can I build something that one day will have resale value, right? They solving for income. And that's what I kind of mentioned before. It's a big accomplishment for somebody that never made that kind of money that comes into the industry. And I can see why somebody can very easily, listen, we can get comfortable, right? And we can settle on different places. And when somebody was just looking to solve for income, right, you can be in different organizations and solving for income. But I want to stress the point that I was making about the people that actually realize, wait a minute, I've been in the industry for 10 years. I've been in the industry for 15 years. I've been in the industry for 20 years. I have nothing to sell, or it's not that easy to sell it, or it doesn't reflect the value that I believe that it was going to have because it's subject to somebody else's approval or blessing per se, right? Or they can hold you hostage as much as or if they don't want to release you, right, they can just hold your business. And I seen unfortunately situations like that when people will make a move to do a hostile takeover of somebody's business. And it's very revealing about how bad the business practices can be. And I can it would be an appropriate time to highlight the fact that some people are operating at the lowest level when it comes. Every industry, right, has those guys that will do whatever it takes to advance their position, but they don't really create an opportunity for somebody else. What does it mean for somebody that is in the right place in the right time? What that means is that you are building something that's going to allow the income to flow so you can pay your bills, create a good life during the process. But one day, when you're ready to stop doing what you're doing physically, that you actually have something that has value and you can resell it, And when we're talking about building an agency, I don't want you to think that I'm referring to the people that say you have your own agency. It's an agency inside of the agency. Yeah, I can, but there's some truth to the process of you're going to start building something is inside something. But if at the end of the day it's not your own agency registration, you don't really own anything. And as a matter of fact, the simple conversation is the difference between the independent environment and the what is treated as LOA, like letter of authorization. Most of the recruiting companies only offer you the opportunity to be under a letter of authorization. That means that they can say it as much as they want to. You're on your own book of business. No, you don't. You own your own associates. No, you don't. You own whatever they allow you to own because the real registration is for the company. And it is only when you say, wait a minute, can I register not just my license with that company? Can I actually register my company with the company, right? And that is the one thing that separates us at this very moment. Our value proposition right now, I'm not offering you equity, we're not offering you profit sharing. But the profit sharing is just a percentage of the commission that's going back to somebody, right? And you want to call it profit sharing. Equity in someone's position, why would you, again, I'm not talking about everybody, I'm talking about people that already put some time into the industry. If you're new, just go through the basics, understand the products, understand how to offer the solution, understand how to navigate the market a little bit, put yourself at least, be open to ask questions, be open to have conversations with other companies. The things that you're going to learn once you happen to be out in the open, it's just phenomenal things. But the people that are already thinking, wow, I seen this person sell this company for this many millions of dollars, and I see this person that the point is that, right? That at some point, you're not just solving for income, you are making part of your exit strategy to have something that you can resell. And you're talking about real money, Nicole. This is not something, this is an industry that would allow you to sell something for millions of dollars. What we are building right now officially already went past that structure level. Like if Prospera right now decided to sell, we already enter into the 25-30 million dollar conversation. And I think that's a very exciting thing to do for everybody to know that we were not here. We only hear the whole possibility that somebody, one wants to buy something, the other one is already drowning because they took too much credit, thinking about filing for bankruptcy, right? We have, so it's a possible that somebody's going to call me. That becomes a lead, right? Again, I want you to think about lead generating system that you can cross sell and you can support. Right now that we're going into, and man, the health division really picked up, didn't it? The health division, we were talking about the last guys, anybody watching here, and for I think that you mentioned Carmen. Yes, this beautiful image, this phenomenal image, that when somebody sees this image, right? What we are telling our clients is we're going to give you many reasons for you to give us a quick call. We're going to give you many reasons for you to think about us. We're going to give you many reasons so that you can give us the opportunity to become the solution provider that we want to be, and to help you and to help your family in different aspects. So now that person that maybe was thinking on one single solution, now they're going to start seeing you as a complete package when it comes to financial services. So, hey, health season is right around the corner. Enrollment. Should I go ACA? Should I go private? That's a conversation that most of us need to have, because the Affordable Care Act is not that affordable anymore. You have some private solutions right now that would be very practical for a lot of people, and without and eliminating whatever negative impact on taxes. What's going to follow that? Tax season. There's oh, thank God, there's hundreds of thousands, essentially millions of individuals that are now in the process of creating their new company. So it's just LLCs, S corps, C corps, any of those things that we can help you with, right? And then some people that don't have the bookkeeping support and budget. Essentially, I'm such a small company, I can't afford to hire somebody but I'm going to need some 1099s. All of those things. When you're looking at business taxes, bookkeeping services, which is super profitable, I want to make sure that if you're thinking about working with a company, we are going to give you the opportunity to profit on every single one of these areas. And you're also going to have the chance to specialize on a couple of them. If you're saying, hey, I do want to specialize on life insurance, so what do I do with bookkeeping? The great news, Nicole mentioned it before, is we have people leading that department, right? So from Miguel, Fatih, Delia, these guys are going to take over the conversation. You're going to be able to say, we have a specialist, we have somebody that can actually walk your client, and it's going to make you look great, and we're going to have a great conversation, and we're going to get results, and you as an associate are going to make money. This is an incredible lead generating system for the company and for our associates. Every day we see the communications. Hey, I just got a quick call from this person. I just got a call from this person. I got to follow up with somebody's asking me about this. I'm going to set up an appointment, right? Those are exciting conversations. And you were the creator of this beautiful image. So thank you. Congratulations for putting something that had so much practical results, right? And that is it's a phenomenal lead generating system for everybody. We had mastered a way of doing business where social media is truly an effective tool, and we're gonna help you. So if you are thinking for the first time to become part of the industry, I invite you to give us the opportunity to walk you through the process from day one. Like I said, at this moment, we have the highest value proposition on the market. Some companies might be bigger than us, some companies might be, but we are also want to make sure that the quality of the business that we're going to produce will be the best way possible. So I wanted to share that because this is such an important thing, Nicole, that I
No,
wanted to highlight it.
I'm really excited. I'm excited for all of the new agents that are joining us from other industries, agents that are completely new to the industry, and to know that we have the support to offer for both ends of the spectrum, the opportunity to own your own agency, the opportunity to start bringing additional income for the first time. And I think many questions stir from like, well, can I do this while I'm working my full-time job? Can I take baby steps? Do I have to completely quit that job to get my license and do these things? No, absolutely not. If anything, I I don't recommend that you quit your job. You have to generate some income first, right? Make it work. This is a special tool Marvin always says, and he has for years, because I remember since I was 18, he would always say that this is such a Mickey Mousey license, right? And it's absolutely mind blowing that this license is my same license, is Marvin's same license, everyone's same license. The only difference to the person with that license is you, what you do with it. And I hope that all of our agents that are paying attention did catch on to that. You have to make it work. You have to make it work. Don't look busy. Bring results for your clients, bring results for your family, bring results for yourself for your next promotion or your next step in this industry. And actually, with that being said, I actually want to invite everyone that is listening that wants to take baby steps into the industry. Please join us. We actually have an amazing event happening this Monday at 7 p.m. English and 8 p.m. Spanish. We are hiring new life insurance agents. So everything that we just discussed, unlimited income potential, work from anywhere, flexible schedule, no experience needed, all marketing and training provided, 4,000 pieces of marketing we just mentioned, and licensing support. If you do not have your license, we offer that help to you. Now, if you do want to be part of this conversation, make sure that you comment below Estate Info Life, and we are going to send you the invitation to this call on Monday to get started and learn more about what we have to offer here at Prospera. So with that being said,
For the purpose of full disclosure, Nicole, I think we need to mention that with that $99, we actually cover the licensing course. Is actually included into that. So they are essentially getting a discount from the industry, right? And get it for very little money to be able to. So it's not for a private jet experience. It's to make sure that we can invest some money into getting you licensed as soon as possible. And if you're watching us and you're watching our conversations for the first time, and you're wondering, is this guy trying to recruit me into the company? The answer is yes. We want to make sure that you understand that we want to open the door, and we want to give you the opportunity that many people had to have a successful, great career, and you can do that with us. So the answer is yes, we want to recruit you. So welcome to the company.
Love it. Love it. And welcome if you've made that decision today. Just comment below or message us directly. Marvin, thank you so much for joining me for this important call. I wish I could have you every single week in this conversation. There's so many questions out there, and I know that we'll be bringing you back to debunk and answer some questions at your level. Now, is there anything that you would like to say to close out this live for the individual watching?
Don't be afraid. Don't fear, right? You said something. Part of it is like not only the baby steps, but you have nothing to lose. You know what I mean? When trying something, there's always a level of fear that goes along with trying something new. Give it a shot. Give it a shot. If you're not able to integrate yourself into the industry, the information that you're going to get is going to help you so much. It's going to help your family. You're going to set up yourself a little better. So maybe not necessarily because you want to do something big but at least to help yourself, right? And sometimes having a selfish reason, it's a good reason, right? It's like, man, I see other people getting ahead. I see other people protecting their family. I don't know where to start. This is going to give you access to that conversation. So do it for your own reasons. Do it because you see the value, but do it. Don't stay on the sideline. Time goes by quickly, and you've seen other people doing well. You probably have your next door neighbor, your friend, your family member who decided to do it, and you've been thinking about it. The time is now, and the person is you. So jump in. We want to welcome you.
Thank you. Thank you, Marvin. Have a wonderful day, guys. Give it a shot. I know I did many years ago, and here I am. And that's all because of the Delvalle. So really appreciate you and your family and everything that you have done for us. And we will see you next week on Thursday. Bye, guys.
Thank you so much, everybody.